One of the greatest illusions that you are living under is that people outside of you have any sort of control over you. They do not decide for you whether you are in your hearts or not. That is all on you, and that is the freedom that you seek. We don't need to give you one of those names here. You all know who we are talking about. You are here to access your power in spite of the current state of affairs on your world. Award yourselves the freedom of inner peace and expansiveness that is always available to you and that we are constantly inviting you into. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and it is a wonderful day to read the powerful words of the Arcturian Council. The Arcturian Council is channeled by Daniel Scranton, who is just the coolest person, an amazing channeler, who has written a number of books, and I am reading from the book Ascension, The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, Volume 2, The Arcturian Council. This book really focuses on the shift into the fifth dimension and shifting into the new timeline with the nature of the shift, the kind of changes we have on the earth. There's lots of really cool information that you can find in this book, and all of Daniel Scranton's books are amazing. I highly recommend them. This covers You Are High Frequency Conduits, Lifting the Veil, Freedom from Limitations, Past Life Dreams, Using Your Power for Ascension of Humankind, What Will It Take to Get You to Shift, Receive This Transmission and Change Everything, The Reason Bad Things Happen, Are You Truly Awake? Join us on the Perfect Timeline, The Secret Human History, and so many other interesting topics. The Arcturian Council. Join us on the Perfect Timeline. You are high frequency conduits. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are placing a great deal of our attention on how humanity is going to handle the influx of energies that you are receiving at this time. The reason why it is important for us to notice how you are handling the energies is because we need to constantly monitor how much transformation you are ready for. Now, some of you are ready to become your higher selves completely and ascend to the fifth dimension, but most of you are not. Most of humanity needs to experience much more of that fourth dimensional energy before they are ready to transform completely. Sometimes when you add high frequency energy to an equation, it doesn't always give you the results you might expect. So most of humanity is being slowly coaxed into the hot bath of the fifth dimensional energies. But when those of you who are awakened are able to handle more, you sort of filter the energies for the rest of the collective. The energies move through you, they transform you. And then they are made available to the rest of humanity in that filtered form, which is a bit watered down. The trees and the animals do this as well, and you have joined them in their mission to help humanity, to ready all of you for those very high frequency energies that are coming at the time of the shift. Now, when you perform an energy healing on someone, you send them the highest frequency energies they are ready for. When you send someone a transmission of love, you are literally sending that love at the highest frequency they are capable of handling. We are watching, we are monitoring, and we are working with you. So you can relax and know that you are doing enough just by being there and by being open to receive. This shift is not about doing. It's not about defeating any dark forces. This shift is about all of you being the highest frequency conduits of energy you can possibly be. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Lifting the Veil. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very interested to see how you are going to enjoy the feeling of liberation when you release yourselves from the limitations that you have placed upon you. This experience is one that you only get to have once, because you will never move from such a place of limitation to such a place of liberation. It's not possible in any of the other dimensional shifts that you will make on your journey back to Source. The agreement that you made to be third and now fourth dimensional before you incarnated is one that you did not take lightly. It is one that you knew would be the ultimate challenge of existence. And now that you are closing in on letting go of all that limitation, we can feel the excitement and enthusiasm within you. We want you to know that the freedom from limitation that we are talking about has nothing at all to do with money, borders, governments, or even the cabal, Illuminati, whatever name they are being called in this moment. You will be the ones who lift the veil, and that will occur in the moment you truly recognize that you are infinite and eternal beings of light and love. When you start living that truth in every moment, then nothing about your economy can keep you down. No chemtrail is strong enough to lower your vibration, and there is nothing that anyone can do who is in one of those positions of power that will be able to put the limitations back on you. One of the greatest illusions that you are living under is that people outside of you have any sort of control over you. They do not decide for you whether you are in your hearts or not. That is all on you, and that is the freedom that you seek. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Freedom from limitations. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have never mistaken you for beings who would let yourselves be controlled by others. You are not a species that wants to be under the thumb of any other beings, including other humans. The fact that you agreed to incarnate on a planet and in a dimension where this type of oppression takes place means that you have done it for a very good reason. You wanted to know what it would feel like to have so much joy and so much freedom, and so you choose to experience the opposite first. The vast majority of humans are playing a game with themselves, and it is a game of limitation. Now, once that game is over, and there are far fewer limitations placed upon you, the feeling you will have will be that of exhilaration. You will step into your power in a very bold way. And you will also realize that you took on the oppressors because you have been them in previous lifetimes. It's not punishment. It's not payback. It's not that type of karma at all. It's your willingness to experience something that will ultimately bring you to a place of sincere compassion for each other and for all who have ever been oppressed on Earth and everywhere else in the galaxy. You are making this leap forward in your consciousness at the same time that you are throwing off the shackles of your limitations, the restrictions that you agreed to place upon yourselves. The two experiences are linked. You are not here to defeat those who have been the oppressors, and they go by many names. We don't need to give you one of those names here. You all know who we are talking about. You are here to access your power in spite of the current state of affairs on your world. You are the ones who will bring forth the higher frequency energies and run them through you and make them available to others in spite of the fact that you only enjoy a sliver of the freedom that you have coming to you in this lifetime. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Past life dreams. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are excited to give you the following transmission because we know how eager you all are to receive the positive reinforcement that comes from us. We've been noticing a significant increase in the number of individuals on planet Earth who are accessing the past life memories that we were referencing in a recent transmission. It is so important for you all to celebrate these little steps forward that you are taking, because if you put your attention on certain aspects of life on Earth right now, you could get discouraged, afraid, or even angry. So this is some very good news. The way that most individuals are accessing these past life memories is through dreams, and it doesn't matter whether they recognize those dreams as past life memories. At some point they will. Now, those of you who are awakened can also receive your past life memories in this way, and you will know what it is you are receiving in the moment that you wake up and remember those dreams. But you can also receive the downloads that you are being given while you are awake if you rest and relax, close your eyes, and open your third eye to see what you can see. Whatever story comes to you is most certainly going to be a past life memory. And we can say that with certainty because when you intend to receive those memories, you almost always do. What is most challenging for you is trusting that what you are getting is real or that it is relevant. All of these memories are helpful because they are connecting you different aspects of themselves, and they are helpful to those who are still asleep, and that it will become undeniable evidence to them that you have lived previously and that they will in fact continue to live after they die. Now, in this lifetime of the shift, not everyone will die, but it is important for everyone who is on the planet at this time to awaken to the truth that they are eternal and infinite beings. This will be exactly what it will take for you all to shift. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Use your powers for the ascension of humankind. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have determined that the best approach for humanity in getting to a place where you can all live together harmoniously is to look for the moments of connection that you have with people that you would not have expected to have anything in common with. When you remember those times when you met someone who looked very different from you and yet had very similar beliefs, you open yourselves up to the possibility of a reality where everyone on Earth can get along and live on one harmonious planet. We know that asking you to see the divinity in yourself and all others is a very big ask. We also know that it is nearly impossible for some people to imagine themselves walking in another's shoes. But you have all had experiences with other humans where you were surprised at how much you had in common with someone who on the surface was so unlike you in every way. It is very hard to spot a person who is spiritual unless they are going out of their way to tell you with their attire or with what they are doing. You cannot just look at someone and determine whether or not they share your beliefs. The New Age has been expanding as a community, and more people are waking up every day. If you, as the awakened ones, can practice this, then you send that message to the collective consciousness. You let everyone know in those moments that you are sharing your memories with the collective consciousness that it's not only possible to make a connection with someone that you wouldn't expect to make that connection with, but it's also a reality in your experience. You really do want to experience a peaceful world, and while you cannot talk everyone else into laying down their weapons and hugging the person they see as their enemy, you can deliver this message to the human collective consciousness by admitting that you were wrong. Find instances when you made assumptions about other people that turned out to be wrong because you misjudged them. And we are talking about those instances when it was a negative judgment, and the person turned out to be someone that you could really relate to. You are going to come to this harmonious society little by little and moment by moment. We know that you would like to see something that would bring about a broad and sweeping change, but just think about how many of you are awake right now and how you can contribute to the collective consciousness of humanity in such a positive way. You can send shockwaves through your collective consciousness and do more for humanity in a moment than you could do in a lifetime of working at something physically. This is the power that you have as individuals and as the awakened collective, and we are just suggesting now that you use that power for the good of all, for the ascension of humankind. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. What will it take to get you to shift? Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very interested in pursuing relationships with you as individuals because we are curious about the aspects of you that are also inside of us. We have been curious about humanity for so many reasons, including wondering exactly how you're going to manage with the energies of the shift in consciousness. As we get to know you individually and see you as the unique aspects of Source you are, we get to know more about ourselves. We are especially interested in how you all react to being presented with higher frequency energies. You are being given the option to allow those energies into your fields, your chakras, and your cells, and you also have the option of continuing on with what is familiar to you. You have the option of continuing to run third-dimensional energies through you. They are still present, even though you've already shifted to the fourth dimension. They are available to you as options because you have free will. They are not going to be swept away for you, and we are curious to see what it will take for you to choose the higher frequency energies that have been made available to you that are in fact around you at all times. Do you have to hit rock bottom, as many people suspect, to make positive change? Do you need to have a mind-blowing experience in order to choose something different, something that will ultimately be better for you? Do you have to have a health scare? Can another person inspire you to choose the higher frequency energies? It is our hope that we can inspire you to do so. You choose by taking the high road instead of engaging in the same argument that you've had several times with the same person. You choose by spending more time in nature and putting away your electronic devices. You choose by being true to yourself and the impulse that you have coming to you from within, rather than just doing what everyone expects you to do or what your parents did. You have that free will, and you are being nudged constantly to take advantage of the choice you have. You can choose that which is going to give you the best possible growth experience, or you can choose to remain where you are, treading water and waiting for something to happen. We see many of you tuning in to predictions about what will happen, and far fewer of you tuning into the higher frequency energies so that you can create what you want to experience. That's what we are here to nudge you into doing. And as we get to know you and what inspires you, we also get to know ourselves. We get to see you in us and recognize the times when we don't choose the highest vibrational experience that we could. You are helping us as much as we are helping you. And we are very eager to see what happens when you do make the choice to open up more to the higher frequency energies and what it will take to get you to do so. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Receive this transmission and change everything. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have an extreme amount of curiosity about this universe that we all share together. We enjoy so much exploring all of the beauty, majesty, and possibilities that exist in this universe of ours. We love feeling the connection to all beings within this universe, and we are always finding something new to enjoy about it. Now, as you move through the universe that you have access to, you want to remember that the entirety of the universe exists within each and every particle of it. So while you might lament the fact that you are trapped in a small town where you live, and you have very little access to the places that you would like most to visit and even live, remember that the entire universe is there with you. You just need to tune into the experience of the universe that you want to have, and then let the universe deliver to you the aspects of itself that you've decided you want to experience. If you're too busy complaining about the fact that you cannot just hop on a plane in the moment and go to Peru or Bali, you might miss the opportunity that the universe is presenting to you to go to those places and many more. If you are really passionate about something, then being in the vibration of it is its own reward. We see many of you who are trying to create because they think they will be happy if they get what they want, and they will only be happy when that day arrives. But if you can receive the activation that is coming to you through this transmission, then you can feel our enthusiasm for every particle within this glorious universe, and you can live in that moment you desire so much, right here and right now. There's always going to be a delicate balance in this dualistic universe, and in order to experience something that you desire and appreciate it, you also have to experience the lack side of the equation. When you recognize the lack as a void that the universe is going to fill, you can let go of your attachment to that experience. You can stop focusing on what isn't and start recognizing that what is, what you do want, is right around the corner. This is the key to creating your reality. This is the key to mastery over the spiritual and the physical realm. This is the type of transmission that can change everything for you if you allow it, if you let it in, if you let yourself bask in the glory of this beautiful universe of ours. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The reason bad things happen. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very satisfied with the progress that we see you making, and yet we are always looking for more ways to help you on your journeys. One of the ways that we have discovered to do that very thing is to lighten your load. If you can let go of the heavy burden that you personally carry that will free you up for more expansion and more integration, and you will ascend with greater ease and joy. The great responsibility that you feel as an individual comes from past lives that you cross-connect to, where you were given a great deal of responsibility and you saw that the planet, continent, or country that you were in charge of fell in one way or another. Many of you are still holding guilt from Atlantis, where you thought that it was your job to stop the asteroid from getting through the Earth's atmosphere and hitting Atlantis, and some of you were just protecting your village and fell asleep, or you were simply unable to fight off the incoming army or barbarians, and so you've been carrying that guilt, that weight with you up until this point in time. This is a time where you are once again being told there is a lot at stake. You are being told that the Earth could be destroyed, or that at least part of it could be. You are being told that a large segment of the population might perish, and those fears bubble up to the surface. Those unresolved traumas are coming to your awareness, and we want you to do your work and process your fears by feeling them, but we also want to let you off the hook. We also want to let you know that as traumatizing as it has been to see so much death and destruction in your previous lifetimes, it was never your fault. Everything that has ever happened has happened by agreement. It has always served a purpose. That purpose has always been for spiritual growth. And so we want you to know that because we know there are a lot of things that are happening on Earth right now that don't make any sense to you, you wonder how this tragedy could possibly be of service to anyone. But we assure you that there is always a positive aspect to everything that is happening on Earth now, in your history and in the history of the entire galaxy. So we are here now to absolve you of that responsibility that you feel to protect all of your fellow humans during the tumultuous time of this shift in consciousness that is already well underway. You can let go, and you can enjoy the process of shifting. You have our permission. And what you do enjoy, what you do with your heart, and what you do in love is always in service to the whole of this universe and beyond. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Are you truly awake? Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have illuminated many of the resources that you have at your disposal. We like shining a spotlight on what you contain within you and what is readily available to you at all times, because it is our mission to empower you and to remind you of who you really are so that you can embody that truth of your existence as source energy beings masquerading as humans. You are doing a wonderful job, in our opinion, of standing in your power and acknowledging your divinity, but there will always be more. There will always be more growth to be experienced. People often wonder if they are truly awakened because they still have their challenges, their issues, their moments that could be described as very egoic. And we want you to know that once you are awake, your journey has really just begun, because now you are conscious. Now you are aware that you have a choice. You can choose to know your divinity or to feel very small and insignificant. You can always choose to feel empowered or to feel like a victim. We want to help elevate you out of victimhood status so that you can know yourselves as creator beings. We want you to know that you are in the driver's seat now in your lives and in the shift in consciousness. You know about timelines and you know about vibration. So why then would it matter to you what someone else says or is saying about when the shift will be completed? You're not prisoners awaiting parole or the end of your sentence. You are creator beings, and it is time to go even further on these journeys of growth and expansion that you've been on. It is time to relish the knowing that you have of who you really are. This is your time. This is the time of the awakened human, and it's the time for you to step up in terms of leading the rest of humanity into this higher level of consciousness that we refer to as the fifth dimension. Others call it fourth density. And so we will continue to shine that light on what you have going on inside of you. We and others like us give you activations and downloads, but they are about you. They are about what you can do and who you have been, and your upgrades are very natural. It's your natural evolution. They are yours. They are built in. And so you are the ones who deserve all the credit for remaining on this journey and for continuing on with the knowing that it will continue to be challenging for you. But when you step up to face those challenges, knowing who you really are, they become a breeze and actually enjoyable to face. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Join us on the perfect timeline. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have an abundance of what you would refer to as time because we are always so present and because we know how time works. We know that there are these entities called timelines and that timelines do all of the real work for us. Like you all, we are searching for the best possible timeline for ourselves and for the rest of the universe. We want to experience the best possible ride back to Source, and for us, that means the ride with the greatest experience of expansion and peace at the same time. You often get your expansion from misery, suffering, discord, and chaos, and the reason that is the case for you is because you focus more when you are experiencing hardship. We invite you to focus because you recognize that in your focus you can get where you want to go more quickly and with greater ease and joy. We invite you to stop waiting for chaos to occur in your lives or on your planet before stepping up your game in terms of your willingness to shift on that best possible timeline. This is why meditation is so important. Meditation is the opposite of the work ethic that you have been programmed into believing in. Within meditation, you accomplish more by doing less because you are harmonizing yourself with that peaceful, expansive state that we in the ninth dimension exist in all the time, yet still strive for more of. We love that experience so much that it is our focal point, and we are sprinkling encouragement into each transmission that we deliver to all of you. And that encouragement is to get you to join us in the peaceful, expansive state of finding the perfect timeline. When you slow down enough to feel what you are feeling and focus, you don't need as much time because you don't need to get as much done when the timeline you're on is delivering everything to you that you are working so hard at achieving on your own. Let go of that egoic need to struggle in order to gain something that is worthwhile, that you could win an award for, and instead award yourselves the freedom of inner peace and expansiveness that is always available to you and that we are constantly inviting you into. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The secret human history. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have discovered many secrets about the past that you have led there on Earth. They are secrets because you don't know about them yet. You have your history books and even your theories about how life began on Earth and what the various stages were of your development, but the missing link has always been extraterrestrial interference masquerading as help. Sometimes you have been helped, and sometimes you have been hindered, and all the while the human spirit has kept trudging along, bringing you to this point in your development. Now, if something had been done to your DNA that had gone terribly wrong, you would have blown yourselves up by now, but you haven't, and that is a testament to all of you who have held the light for humanity. And we are not just talking about this lifetime. You all have been working for humanity for many, many lifetimes to bring you to this point where you are now, to the precipice of a gigantic shift in consciousness. What you have done could not have been accomplished without those of you who were so determined to know who you really are that you wouldn't just accept someone else's version of the story. And now you are presented with lots of different versions of stories, and you're asked to accept them as true just because they are different from what the vast majority of humans are subscribing to. Just know that you don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to know every single detail of human history in order to be where you're at right now and to continue to evolve and ascend. For example, if you were to focus too much on what the reptilians or the Draco have done throughout your history, then you will never get to the point where you will forgive and love unconditionally these aspects of you that are there. They need to have their hearts opened by someone. It might as well be you, because you open your hearts to those who have enslaved you and manipulated you. You show your true colors as source energy beings. We are not asking you to be doormats here or to subjugate yourselves in any way. What we're saying is that you become your fifth dimensional higher selves by letting go of grudges and judgments and letting all aspects of yourselves come to that knowing that they are all aspects of Source. There will come a time when you won't need any help, and there will be no way to hinder any of you. And that day is nearing. So now is a good time to let go of any story that is putting you in the camp that says, we need to defeat the bad guys, and we need to do it soon. What you really need is more love, more light, and more compassion. And that's only going to come from accessing the infinite energy of Source that you can access at any time by going within and feeling around for it. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Doing the work of shifting your consciousness. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have an appropriate level of contact with all of you. We are not overstepping any bounds to deliver to you what we can and do. We work with your guides and your higher selves to ensure that we are not taking you from your own natural processes of evolution. We want you to know that the other benevolent extraterrestrials, councils, collectives, federations, and other ET groups are following these same guidelines. We are cautious in what we give to you so as not to interfere with that development that will be something that you feel very proud of when you reach the fifth dimensional frequency range. You will appreciate the assists, but you will also recognize that you did the work yourselves, and we honor you by recognizing that you have the ability to do this work you have already been doing and will continue to do. Now, what is the work that we are talking about here? What is it that you are doing to make the shift in consciousness to the fifth dimension easier and more joyous? Well, it does involve a lot of awareness of what's going on inside of you. It involves more than just following a set of rules or commandments. It's about feelings, ultimately. Doing the work means being willing to feel those feelings that you become aware of once you get grounded, heart-centered, and you put down the drugs, alcohol, and other distractions that have kept you from feeling them. You purge when you dive deep into a feeling that is uncomfortable, unwanted, and that no one else in your family has ever been able to acknowledge exists. You are doing work for your genetic line. You are doing work for your past life selves. You are doing work for other beings in other parts of the galaxy who don't have the emotional intelligence that you all do. This shift is not a mind game. It's not an action game. It's not about defeating anyone or anything. This is about feeling who you really are as Source energy beings, as pure, unconditional love, and it's about letting that flow through you without being embarrassed or afraid of what someone else might think or do in response to you fully embracing who you really are. When you can do that, you know that you have done the work, but you have to go through the anxiety, fear, depression, sadness, anger, and sometimes even rage to get there. The tricky part is recognizing that both exist inside of you. And just because you feel one doesn't mean the other is now extinct or negated. You just came to choose the light over and over again and to encourage others to do so as well. And that's how we see our role in all of this. We are holding the light and shining it and inviting you to it over and over again. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Excitement about the shift. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very excited to be witness to your evolution of consciousness, and we invite you to join us in that excitement. You are all so eager just to get there, and by there we mean the fifth dimension that represents the giant leap forward, the expansion of your consciousness. We are much more excited to see how you are going to get from where you are to where you're going than all of you are. We don't know exactly how it is all going to transpire. There are several scenarios that are more likely to occur given the timeline that you're on right now, but nothing is set in stone. We want you to be excited about the feeling of transforming from within, rather than just being so eager and enthusiastic about living in a galactic community with extraterrestrials and having all sorts of abilities and gifts that you haven't been able to access yet. The journey is more interesting and exciting than the destination. That's why the movies you watch end at the destination, at the point the character has been striving to get to for the duration of the film. The fairy tales that end with, and they lived happily ever after, end at that point because the happily ever after is not as exciting as the journey. This is why we invite you all to join us in our excitement for your journey. You will talk about it after it is complete. You will share your ascension stories with each other, and they will be very interesting. You will enjoy being fifth dimensional beings, of course, but even then you will be ascending to the sixth dimension from the first moment that you are fully fifth dimensional. Therefore, you might as well enjoy this moment now, because it's not that different from the moment you have to look forward to as fifth dimensional beings. We say this not to dampen your excitement for getting to the destination, because when you are there, in the fifth dimension, we will be talking to you about the shift to the sixth, and we will be encouraging you to enjoy that journey as well. This is the good, fun, tasty part of the meal, the part where you are still hungry, and you get to enjoy the feeling of being satiated by the foods that you take in and chew. We want you to see life in this way so that you can start enjoying life now. There is no better time than now. You will always be in the now, and then in this moment, right now, you could be celebrating how far you've come and how much you have to look forward to as you continue on. We tell you this because we see so many awakened individuals lamenting the fact that this prediction over here did not come to fruition about the shift happening at the end of September or whenever the latest prediction had you shifting your consciousness. We want you to understand that the enthusiasm for getting there is good, but the enthusiasm for being where you are now and enjoying it all is slightly better. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Massive changes on Earth. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have been sensing some urgency on the part of humanity when it comes to the massive changes that you have coming there on your world. There are massive changes coming, of course, because you are all evolving your consciousness. The massive changes are not coming to make everything better for those who are not doing the work on themselves that they need to do and that they are incarnated to do in this lifetime. So looking at massive changes on your world as the answer to the problem is to not understand what is at the heart of everything. At the heart of everything is the consciousness you are holding. You can demonstrate to yourself this truth anytime you want. All you have to do is let your normal and natural reaction to something be what it is, and then shift your perception by stepping back from it and seeing the bigger picture. And when you do that, you recognize that everything changed because you changed. This can be done with every little circumstance in your life. So when it comes to the massive changes that you all seek to see on your world, recognize that the shifting of the consciousness of humanity is the predecessor to those changes. Now, as individuals, you can look outside of yourselves for the major shifts in your economies, your governments, your educational systems, and so on. Or you can feel those shifts within you and spread the light and love that you find within yourself so that others may benefit from your expanded consciousness, from your new perspective. We know that it would be nice to wake up one morning and be told that this major change had occurred on your world. Suddenly free energy is available, for example, on your world, and anyone can access it. The clean energy that removes any need for fossil fuels would be something that most humans would welcome with open arms, and that day is coming. But before that day comes, you will all be shifting internally, running a cleaner energy, so to speak, within yourselves, and you will be collectively creating that reality. You don't need to be impatient about these shifting energies and circumstances that you want to experience outside of you. You can go within you right now and find that cleaner energy within to run through your system, and you can create the outside world to reflect that work that you've done, and others will follow in your footsteps. You will create a grassroots movement that has nothing to do with politics and everything to do with people. This is how you will create the changes, the massive changes you want to see on your world. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. So these particular channelings are coming from the first chapter, which is the shift to the fifth dimension. I believe that the Arcturian Council is really at its best when they're sort of guiding us and teaching us about this shift. I always come away from these channelings relieved. I am aware of my own anxieties and concerns and the mistakes I have in the way I perceive the world and apply those energies. And so they're usually saying, don't worry about it, it's okay. It's not about something that you have to do, it's about something that you can become. It's something that you are. And the most important part of this discussion is the very beginning. You are a high frequency conduit. If you go over these channelings, you understand that you are a conduit. 99.999% of the people that are listening to these channelings have been magnetically attracted, drawn here by your guides and higher selves, because you are here for a reason, and you have the ability to take the energy in the world and transmute it. You're a conduit. The energy runs through you, and then you broadcast it and share it with others. And you are the key to raising the vibration of this planet, your very soul and self, and what you're doing. The shift is not about doing. It's not about defeating dark forces, as they say. It's not about defeating any cabals. And there is a direct discussion for people that are focused on conspiracy theories and focused on all of those things. Why none of that matters. Remember, we're not separate from any of those forces. We are coming to terms with these forces as a part of ourselves. It becomes a catalyst for us to move to a higher frequency level, and we are conduits for this frequency. They are emphasizing that we have to come together, that we cannot judge others by the color of their skin, that we cannot judge others for a variety of reasons. We have to find commonality. We have to find a global union where we work together. And when we come together, we can co-create a world that is amazing and wonderful. There's so many cool aspects of the shift into the fifth dimension, but the big thing they emphasize here, it's the journey that's important. Once you get there, you're still on another journey. And so it's not about getting to the fifth dimension. It's about living in the now moment and becoming a vector, a conduit that transmits energy and raises the vibration of those around you. By being who you are at your highest aligned self, you are doing the greatest service. The veil is lifting and limitations are going away, not from money, but from anything else. The game of limitation goes away. It's not about material needs. It's about energy, love, and happiness. When you focus on love in the moment, in each moment, your power grows. This is about coming to grips with our past lives, coming to grips with who we are, and you are here for a reason, and you're hearing this message for a reason. Now is the time to take a major role in this shift and align yourself with these energies. Hope you can join me again. We're going to definitely go over more from this book and chapter. Thank you, Daniel, so much for allowing us to read these words and share it with the Reality Revolution. You can find all episodes of the Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to the Reality Revolution.